What's going on there, everyone? As most people are probably fully aware, last night at the Trump rally in Carolina, uh, the crowd got into a chant of send her back, which was not the best look for anybody. I mean, come on, people. I know right now emotions are really high and all this stuff. But you do got to keep kind of level heads and remember whatever you as a crowd says, they're going to take that. You know, the left wing legacy media spin is going to spin it to where Donald Trump did it or something like that. Well, Trump has actually, as of right now, it's 1:09 p.m. where I'm at, and he has disavowed those chants. And he has explained himself and of course, the journalist asking the questions, the reporter, was trying to make it seem like he's to blame for this chant. But as the president said, and as I watched with my own eyes, he started talking very quickly. Most of the time, when there's a big chant going on of something, he'll sit back and he'll just bask in it, admire it, and enjoy it. Not that time. He did start speaking rather quickly to try to get back onto, a different track. Let's calm the rhetoric down a little bit, because even he said, Donald Trump said it just right now, that he denounces it, and they shouldn't have did that. They shouldn't have chanted that. That's why he started speaking so fast after the chant had started. But let's get into the story here. Real clear politics. Trump MAGA rally crowd chants send her back to Representative Ilhan Omar. Attendees at a Make America Great Again campaign rally Wednesday night in Greensville, North Carolina chanted send her back after President Trump trashes Representative Ilhan Omar, Democrat from Minnesota, claiming she is not proud of America and that she wouldn't disavow Al Qaeda in an interview, which I firmly believe both of those. Yeah, and she doesn't disavow any negative thing that's negative towards our country. She won't disavow Antifa. She seems to actually have a lot of love and respect for Hezbollah and other terror organizations. I don't think she has America's best interest in mind. As a matter of fact, I think the only interest she has is her own in mind. There was a thing where the squad was talking. I don't know exactly where it was. It wasn't one of the NBC things or nothing like that. It was actually somewhere around the House of Representatives or somewhere up there, Congress Hall. I don't know, but you can tell she doesn't really care about anything but what she cares about. She doesn't care about what other people in over half the country really cares about. She just cares about herself. She's a narcissist. As with the other three that are in this little group, they're all narcissists. And most of them they're not that bright when it comes to how to be a government official. They're not government officials. These people are not government officials. They're just not. Prior to his departure this afternoon, the president said he is winning the feud with Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and her squad, promising he'll never change. I don't expect him to change. I don't expect none of these people to change. They're old enough to be set in their ways, really. In a group interview, with colleagues, Representative Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Tlaib, and Representative Ayanna Pressley, Omar told CBS News correspondent Gayle King that she does not regret her controversial remarks about Israel, but instead is grateful for the experience to learn how my words make people feel. That's a real creepy thing to say. That's a real creepy thing. Okay, so you're an adult. I imagine you're in between the ages of 28 and 35. Maybe you're older. I don't know. If you're older, this goes even better to my point. You're an adult and you don't know that when you say things, it might upset other people. Wow. Come on. That was a pretty stupid statement right there. You're a grown ass adult in the American government, and you're grateful for talking crap about Israel because you got to experience how how to learn how to make what? You don't know that criticizing an entire group of people, specific, like absolutely specifically Jewish people? Come on. Don't y'all always talk crap about the president when he condemns like Central and South American migrants for the crimes and whatnot that we get, that we have statistics to back up? But don't you call him all these crazy racist, xenophobic, homophobic, blah, 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 everything, all the time? Come on, man. It's just at it. This is the hypocrisy. It's more typical liberal hypocrisy. But it's maddening. It's maddening. Senator John Kennedy, Republican from Louisiana, called Representative Omar one of the four horsemen of the apocalypse. That is the first time I heard that. I wish I would have thought of that. In an interview Tuesday night, and former Speaker of the House Newt Gingrich said the immigrant-turned-congresswoman ought to be grateful that she lives in a country which protects her rights, which is very true. Her homeland? Why do you think she fled? Because it's crazy. It's chaos over there all the time. But everyone always wants to leave problems instead of trying to stay and fix problems. They take the easy way out. Take the easy way out. And Trump's remarks about Omar. Oh, this could be long, because I was watching that and he went on. President Donald Trump. We have the enthusiasm. Look at this. And by the way, thousands and thousands of people outside and people that couldn't get in. Thousands. Which is always true. I don't know if y'all have ever actually really seen a Trump rally. It's not what's inside. It's what's outside. Watching the monitors. Good Lord, there's always tens of thousands of people. It's crazy. I've never seen nothing like it. He's like Elvis. We've got all the enthusiasm. They're fighting each other. They've gone so far left, nobody wants to even think about it, which is very true. You see this all the time. So Representative Omar blamed the United States for the terrorist attacks on our country, saying that terrorism is a reaction to our involvement in other people's affairs. I remember when she said something like that, and it made me want to just jump through the TV, wring her neck. Not literally. She smeared U.S. service members involved in Black Hawk Down. In other words, she slandered the brave Americans who were trying to keep peace in Somalia. Omar minimalized the September 11th attacks on our homeland, saying some people did something. I don't think so. Some people did something. Yeah. Some people did something, all right. She pleaded for compassion for ISIS recruits attempting to join the terrorist organization. Omar laughed that Americans speak of Al-Qaeda in a menacing tone and remarked that you don't say America with this intensity. You say Al-Qaeda makes you proud. Al-Qaeda makes you proud. You don't speak that way about America. Another thing is, when it comes to that, I'd love for y'all to go back and actually watch that video of where she's saying these things. And it's funny how she does it. I've been trying to study body language. It can be difficult, but when I was sitting there watching her, you could see her. She was talking to the I don't know who it was, a professor or what she was talking about a professor. And she said when he said Hezbollah, he would tense up and go Hezbollah, ooh, you know. And then she went on, and the way her body language was kind of shows that there is a hatred for America in her heart, and you can see it. You can see it through her body language. When she says, no one says America, Watch her body language. Not only does her shoulders shrug, like she was saying with the guy saying Hezbollah, look at the grimace throughout her whole face. Look how she wrinkles her nose and her forehead up. And you can see the intensity. But then she went on to try to say that no one says, she said, in order, she said, no one says America. Ugh. And then she did that face, America. And then she says, no one says Britain. She truly does have disdain for America in her heart. She truly does. It's pretty wild. But yeah, I'm going to skip through some of this. And obviously, and importantly, Omar has a history of launching vicious anti-Semite screeds, which she does have a habit of doing that. And then the send her back chants started. That's when it all started. That's when the media lost their mind. Lost their mind. As if Trump started, as if Trump literally started this chant. Trump did not start that chant. Trump, as a matter of fact, once they started chanting that, he very quickly started talking to try to move out of that, to get away from that chant. And as I said at the beginning of this video, it was 10 minutes ago. Good Lord, it's already been 10 minutes. But Trump was just on television and he disavowed those chants. You know, even he saw those chants as a little bit ugly. She is an American citizen. She is a member of Congress. For that, I will have some respect. But for everything else, no. I mean, she has the least bit of respect I could give someone just because they are a member of our government. And I hope that all the members of our government succeed in doing what's right for Americans. It has nothing to do with her as a person, what she looks like, where she came from. It's about what she's bringing to the table. And what she is bringing to the table, her and this other group, is either nonsensical. I don't even know what they're talking about half the time. I don't think they do either. Or this disdain for America. Like we are such a bad person, like a bad group. We're not. We're the best. That's why people clamor to get here. Come on. It doesn't make no sense. Why do you think you ended up here, Ilhan Omar? It's because we are the best. You wanted to come to the best country on the planet. And guess what? You're here. And you can't sit there and keep calling yourself, these people make my head hurt. They always say that they're getting the worst end of everything. You're a member of, you came to the country as an immigrant, and now you're a congresswoman in the government of the best country on the planet. You're not marginalized. Do you see? Why can't you see this? You're not part of a marginalized community. You're part of a mainstream. You are part of the mainstream. You've done like an American dream. You came as an immigrant, you came to this country with nothing, and then now look at you, you're a member of the government. You're not marginalized. Shut up. Think clearly. Ay, ay, ay. But that's what I wanted to... the main point of this video is to say that Trump has disavowed the chants. Trump supporters, don't start chants that are gonna make the president look bad. You got to be calculated with, because we know the media is going to spin everything to be negative against Trump, when in fact his policies are one of the greatest things that have happened to America in a long time, and you can see it everywhere. Everyone's working. The people that aren't working just don't want to, for the most part. It's just crazy. It's crazy. We're doing great. Everything's doing great. Let's not screw it up by being overly hyperbolic about things or sitting here and making up chants like send her back. I know it's you're just caught in the moment. These rallies are awesome. They're crazy. You got so many like-minded people and people that agree on so much. And you get caught up in the whimsy of it, you know. But remember, in reality, what's going to end up happening Y'all may be together during that rally, but you got to remember there's cameras and microphones from all these legacy media networks that hate Donald Trump. And they're going to pick and pull everything apart and try to make everything fall on his shoulders. Not the people chanting, but him himself. So just be aware of that. I'm not saying you can't say anything. I'm not saying you can't start the chant. Just know what it does in the long run. We got to be strategic about this, because we, at this moment in time, cannot afford a leftist becoming the president. Everything will fall apart, and fall apart hard. But I'd love to hear your comments, and as usual, like, share, and subscribe. I will catch you on the flip side.